Hi all, Vanessa here with Agency Shield. I'm going to show you how to make custom fields. So as an administrator, you can go into any of the leads that you want. You'll be able to change in one lead and it's going to be available across the field for every single lead. So to edit the fields, you can click on this little Edit Fields button, and it's going to give you these options to edit or delete fields. Now, we don't want to edit or delete any fields in here because those fields are not going to be able to be replaced unless you get a dev to do it, and those are expensive. Another area that you never want to touch is down here. Yours might say custom fields, and custom fields are vendor fields that have not been mapped by support yet. So you don't want to touch the custom fields section at the very bottom of your lead management page. We just need to send in a mapping request, and support will map it into the correct fields. So to add new fields or custom fields, and this is handy when you're coming from another system into Ricochet, say that you want to put in your old system's notes. You can make a field for that, and that would be a text field. It's going to be a text response. So now you can map a list to this field here, and it will automatically put in those notes for you. Another type of field that you can add is a yes or no question. And yes or no questions would be good for maybe, are they a Spanish speaker? Or, do they have this or that? So you'll be able to do a yes or no question in your fields as well. Now, yes or no questions, you're going to want to do select, and that's going to give you a drop-down box just like this, where you're only going to be able to select one option. Checkbox would be if you wanted to give them multiple options to select. You could do a checkbox. So we're going to choose this one for now. Then you'll put your options in here for yes or no, or you could even add one for maybe. And then save. Now you'll have a drop-down field where they can choose from, or you can map to it as well. Now, another field you could do, we've got all these different field types. If you were to do a phone field or email field, it will give you a click to call or click to email button with that field. We also have a calendar field, so it'll give you a calendar option to pull up a little calendar where you could scroll back on a couple months and choose different dates. I would not recommend this for date of birth because you're going to have to choose or scroll through a ton of months to get to the actual year. So this is good if you just need a current date, put into the system. You can use calendar. Otherwise, I would just have you choose text and type that date of birth in. Now, required fields, I would not use required fields because otherwise they're going to have to put something in that required field to be able to move on to make the next call. And you just want to use this as a prospecting tool really to make a ton of calls. So I wouldn't recommend making things required unless you really, really, really need that field and you need something put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of there. And we're going to refresh with our changes we made after we click done at the top. And that's going to make sure that all those changes are available across the board. I'm going to show you another area where you can also customize fields, and that's going to be in our little pop-up page here. So this little lead pop-up is the quick form where all your users will see all the information on this lead, and I just clicked the little Edit Fields button here. Now you'll be able to drag and drop depending on what priority you want them in. You can delete fields if you want. I'm just going to move that back down here. And you can also add in new fields. So the old system notes field we added, we can move to this box, as well as our yes or no field if we wanted. We would add new. And then if we scroll at the very bottom, it's going to be put into your form here. So now you can move it up so that it'll be more viewable in this little quick box. But you want to put everything that is really easy so that your users can get their talk path down. They're going to be seeing, vendor and campaign, dialer campaign, status, name, phone number, address, email, all that good stuff is on this side. So on this side, make sure that you have quick information here that your users might need to be talking to the client. Go ahead and press done here. And that is how you'll add in custom fields. I'll show you one more area you can customize, which is in lead management. If you go to the little edit fields button here, you can drag and drop around the headers, which are in these headers here. You can add default fields by clicking on the box, and you can also add new fields into your lead management page. So that is how you'll add custom fields.